Let's see what goes first here. Oh, ba, ba, ba. Oh, Facebook's loading up. Mm-hmm.
My daughter got me a whole little podcast set up for my podcast from her,
Oh yeah,
and she's little pens and trays, and she's got a little pedestal for me. She
that's
set
cool.
me up nice, man.
Facebook is
One of
going
the best
live. Looks like
birthday
YouTube's gonna
gifts
be a
I've
pain in the
ever
butt
had
today.
from my daughter. YouTube's always a pain in the butt.
YouTube's usually I don't have to do anything.
Really?
YouTube's usually immediate. Oh, there we go. Oh, it automatically did it for us. Nice. Cool. All right, I'm in. All right, we're live on both Donnie Mac. Well, actually,
All
Facebook is still
right, give me
catching
a
up.
second here. Let me get us hooked up here. I don't see any links out here.
Yeah, Facebook's still catching up.
Yeah,
It's a little bit slow. Oh, I'm live on my thing for some reason. That makes no sense, but okay. We will. Ba, ba, ba.
all right, there we go. There we go, Martian time. I see something on your page. It's not 863 Sports Buzz, but it'll work, man.
That's about to be on 863 Sports Buzz. That was on 863 Sports Buzz.
It is now.
Yeah, I have to fix it. Since I made the new studio,
Oh,
I gotta
there it
refix
is.
some things, so.
There it is, Martian time. You're a beast, bro. You're a beast.
Sometimes I know what I'm doing, Donnie Mac. Sometimes. I'm still trying to figure out how to
I
organize
talked
all my
to
cards
Albo.
back there. Did you?
I sent
Nice.
Albo a message, and you know what? He never got back to me. He must be busy at this moment right now. But I'm waiting for him, Albo, to get back with me. We're early, season
Oh,
baseball. I
yeah.
know he's probably wrapped up with the Rays in baseball right now. That's why he hasn't responded. But as soon as I get a response from him, we'll have him live here on the next podcast. So that'd be great. Martian time. We're ready to roll, brother.
Are we ready to roll for another wonderful episode of 863 Sports Buzz? I am Martian Time. My partner over there, Donnie Mac. He is the main guru. He knows what he's talking about, guys. We all know it. We're all here for sports, and there's a lot of it going on, Donnie Mac. What do we want to start, buddy? Where are we starting today?
Hey, correction, Martian time. You are the guru, okay? I do not know what I'm talking about, but where we want to start, Martian time? Let's start right here, Martian time. I got something
Let's do
for
it.
you here. This is the top 5 take of GM Martian time.
Oh,
This the only answer
oh.
that matters is your answer, Martian
We're
time. We're going
starting
to
with
start out
GM
this
Martin.
hot take real quick.
Hang on here. I gotta get the old GM hat on. Then let's go. Let's go.
Get the G
Let's go. I'm ready.
takes. The only answer that matters is yours. You're going to explain yourself, and we're going to move on.
All
I
right.
do not have an opinion on this. This is all strictly Martian time. Number one, last year in the Major League Baseball,
Mm.
there's only 7 batters with over a 300 batting average, Martian time. Only 300. This year, the Yankees introduced the torpedo bat,
Mm.
and you see numerous batters
Mm.
using it and skyrocketing their numbers. What are your thoughts?
I mean, technically,
Ellie De La Cruz, that's one of my guys.
Yeah, it is.
He did the same thing.
It
He
is.
broke out the bat.
Within the letter of the law, technically they are legal bats. So can you really argue with them? I mean, listen, they're following the rules. Every other team can do it too, and I have a feeling that's what's going to end up happening. But I think at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to hurt as much. I think pitchers will learn how to kind of deal with it too. It's just like another shift. I think pitchers are willing to kind of throw balls more a little farther outside. Maybe throw them a little bit farther inside. It'll change. You know how that goes. Baseball here and there is going to be, it's all adapting. Right now they're adapting for the pitching, and now they're going to be adapting for the hitting now.
Yeah, exactly. My whole deal, opening up with only 7 hitters last year, 300 or better batting average mark time this year. It proves to be better with this bat. And
to be fair, it's very early in the season too, so let's calm down here.
That is exactly what I was
a little bit while
say.
to get in the groove.
And these guys got to adapt. I would like to see more than 7 batters hitting 300 or more at the end of this year. I would like to see 15. I want to see a little bit. So maybe this actually opens a little bit of deal. On to my next take, Martian time. We talked a little bit about a torpedo bat, but my next take is the Women's National Championship, Martian time. UConn against the real USC of South Carolina, Don Staley, UMass. Listen, this is the championship I've been wanting. I took USC. My bracket's done because Juju Watkins, she's gone.
Yeah.
My bracket's all to toast, but I love this matchup, Martian time. Hot take, real quick. What are your thoughts on this game?
Hot take, man. You're talking about 2 of the greatest college women's basketball coaches ever to coach. Yeah. Let's be honest. There's nobody really close.
Yes,
These
sir.
2 have been there constantly 100%. Over the years. Don Staley and Gino. I'm not going to try to say Gino's last name. Listen, you're a great guy, but I'm not trying to say your last name.
I already screwed it up enough for you, right?
I'm not trying to say it. I'm not going to look bad like you did. This is going to be an This is going to be a high-scoring game, I feel like. I feel like both teams can put the ball in. They both have multiple scorers. South Carolina played a really good defense against Texas. Texas just didn't show up on their defense, so it kind of threw me off a little bit. I was hoping Texas would go a little farther. I thought Texas was really going to make the trip to the.
There's a lot of stats in that game that said Texas would have beat them.
100%. I mean, their defense was so good. But South Carolina and Don Staley, man, I'm telling you, she had them ready. She had the Gamecocks ready to roll, man. And listen, those Gamecocks are ready to fight. But listen, don't count out those UConn Huskies. Because Paige Beckers did her thing, as always. She made some tremendous passes, tremendous plays. And listen, that Sarah Strong, she's pretty good as a freshman. I'm just saying, pretty stinking good. So I'd be afraid of the
time if you had to take a winner in this. Are you going with UConn or going with Don Staley?
Donnie Mac, you're gonna put me on. You're gonna put me on.
Hey,
the spot
now
like that, man.
This is a precious situation, man. Any way you go, you're not wrong. Any way you go, you're not wrong.
Listen, you're talking about 2 teams who have both lost 3 games this year. 3 games, 3. This is gonna be an insane game. I think UConn just has a little bit better scoring, and I think that's what's gonna put them over, man. I'm taking the UConn Huskies to win the national championship and Paige Beckers to get her trophy and lift it up high, man, and give it to Gino as her last hurrah for the UConn
That's what
Huskies,
I'm talking about. I'll put in a little bit of stats right here. UConn, most efficient offensive scoring season this year under UConn's Paige Beckers. She's leading that charge. So I can't call you wrong there. I do like Don Staley in this one. I just can't wait to watch this matchup. This is the one we've been waiting on. Number 3, Martian time. Ja Morant with the gun signals. He was warned 15 minutes prior to this game.
Get this guy out of here. I'm done with this guy. I'm sick of him. I'm sick. Grow up. I'm sick of it, man. This is like a Draymond Green thing again. This is like all this crap. Grow up. I'm sick of it, man. I'm over it. I'm over Ja.
The real
Over
question here is Martian time. Now, when he foils his chances with Memphis Grizzlies, which he's going to do, I mean, how much of a chance has he got with another team after he does all this crap?
He's going to have to go to a team with a no nonsense head coach, no nonsense GM.
He's going to Washington.
And
that's exactly where he's going.
Well, and then the Washington Wizards will be in another 10-year drought of nobody helping, nobody winning, and the Wizards are just going to be garbage again. I'm sick of Ja. I'm over it. Grow up.
As you guys
you got your coach fired because of it.
There. Yeah, exactly. As you guys get that response right there, Martian time, I'm on board with you. You know what? This has nothing to do with me, but I'm agreeing 100% with you. This.
No, I think you unplugged your mic there, buddy.
Has tied the all-time scoring lead.
Yeah.
With Wayne Gretzky, Martian time. That's
Wayne
absolutely
special. Listen, in almost the same amount of games. It's crazy if you look at the stats.
Exactly.
It's insane. It's crazy. I think it's going to take him 2 more games. I don't think he scores a goal tonight.
Same number of shots on goal, same number of goals, crazy. The whole 9 yards, as many games, the whole 9 yards, all the way down the line. Now, Alex Ovechkin has said this. He had a chance to score in an open goal, and he did not take it. He said he refuses to take an open goal to break Wayne Gretzky's record, and he wants a competitive shot. Martian time, that's my question to you. Do you call him the greatest of all time when he does that?
You know, here's the problem with this. You're taking 2 people from different time eras, and you know it's like the MJ, the Kobe, the LeBron. You're taking different players from different eras.
You are.
Listen, I love Ovechkin. I love Gretzky. I love these guys, man.
Everything's on par. Everything's on par. You still wouldn't consider that?
How can you say he's going to be better? Because, I mean, he's played the same amount of games as Gretzky and got the same exact stuff. So if Gretzky would have kept playing, you never know, man. I mean, I'm just saying.
You never know.
These two, obviously, these 2 guys, top of hockey all time. There's really nobody else that you can put in this category. They are the top. They are the top of that mountain of fame in hockey, and I respect both of them so
That's
much.
how special it is.
I will not say either one of these guys are the greatest because they are both that good.
Right, Mark. Hey, you know what? I 100% agree with you on that one, Martian time. You know, my opinion doesn't matter, Martian time. That's a great answer. Commend your answer on that one. Last take I got for you. Number 5. I promised only to do 5. The Oakland Athletics are no longer the Oakland Athletics. They play in Sacramento in a minor league stadium that only seats 12,000 people, and they still could not sell out that stadium. They gave up 18 runs on their home opener. Martian time, what are your thoughts on this? Give me some kind of positive baseball team.
There is no positive, man. I mean, listen, the Athletics haven't been relevant for years and years, and they're not going to be relevant for years and years.
They should went to Las Vegas, man. They should have went to Las Vegas.
I just don't think it would have mattered. You know, they need a new owner, they need a new GM, they need all kinds of new things right now in that system. They don't have the development talent like most teams do for some reason. They're just not. They're not built to win now. They're not built to win later. I don't know what's going on with the Athletics.
I guess my real question here, Martian time, it's about Major League Baseball. I mean, this is on the face of them, right? Sure. Like, did they get this wrong? Or push them to elevate themselves in another direction? Or is Major League Baseball doing right by letting them do what they're doing?
I mean, listen, man, if you're going to bring that in, then you have to bring in the NBA and the Washington Wizards, who are always in last place, or you have to bring in football and how the Panthers. Well, just let me talk. All right.
Yeah, we're not talking. This is a team that relocated to a minor league stadium, though.
Shut your mouth. That's because they didn't pay the lease. They didn't pay the lease. They didn't pay this. So I mean, yeah, they're going to leave. What's Major League Baseball supposed to do? They don't have a choice.
You're right.
You can't. It's just like the NBA doesn't have a choice with the Wizards, or football doesn't have a choice with the Panthers right now. They all suck. But guess what? They're still a part of the. They're still a franchise. They're still in the leagues. You can't make up for it, man. It's just how it works. You're stuck with them.
Hey, Marsh. Okay, since you're going to go that far, okay, let me ask you one more thing. Let me throw another bring NFL into this. Cincinnati Bengals are on their contract year. They can relocate. They can relocate, Marshall Time. Do you think it would benefit them to relocate?
Not until you get rid of your owner. You guys suck anyway with your owner. So, I mean, you got half of your money goes to 3 players. How are you going to win anything when half of your money, half of your salary cap goes to 3 players? I'm sorry.
Well, in their defense,
and now you're trying to pay Trey Hendrickson, and you can't. You don't have enough money to pay him. What are you gonna have? 3 quarters of your contract?
Philadelphia does the same thing, so that's not really legit when you say that. Philadelphia does the same thing, and they won a Super Bowl last year.
They do not.
Yes, they do.
They do not. No, sir.
Yes, they do. They had over 48% in their salary and 4 players when they won that Super Bowl.
See, you're up to 4. You're up to 3. You got 3.
Look it up.
You got 3. You're at 50. You're at 50 with 3.
It doesn't matter either way you go. When you're overloading on the offensive side, I think Philadelphia will have a lot of trouble this year.
Philadelphia also lost a lot of players this year. They lost a lot on that defense, man. I think that's going to show this year.
You know why? Because they can't afford to sign them.
I agree. But they were all young. They were all on those young contracts, and they had a good owner, they had a good coach, and they coached them up, and they're ready, man. So now that's why they left. Cincinnati doesn't have that, man. I'm sorry. You guys don't have that. Your drafting has been horrible the last few years. I just don't see it, man.
You can't say that. Joe Burrow was drafted in 21, man. You can't say that.
Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase were your 2 best. Here's the problem.
Hey, Trey Henderson was drafted. Trey Henderson was
now you got to pay him
22.
Yeah, guess what? He ain't going to be there after this year. So
none of that stuff you just said makes any sense.
He ain't even going to be there.
Question. Relocating was the question, and they can't afford to. That's the bottom line. They can't afford to relocate to Cleveland, let alone Columbus. You know what I mean? So they were talking about that, and the vice president was asked with that question, and I thought it was comical myself, Martian Time. That was the whole point right there. Number 6 for you, comical. Cincinnati relocating. They couldn't even dream of relocating.
That's because you guys aren't good enough anymore, so, you know.
Yeah, sort of like Miami.
Yeah. Hey, funny story about that. You'll see the little guy, if you go see the little guy at Tua, the football's in his right hand. Just figure that part out. Me and Doug were talking about that today. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
That's after he got smacked in the head. He put it in his right hand. So, my name's Jeff.
Oh, my God. We're going in. You know what? We're talking men's basketball. It's on right now. You got Florida. You got Auburn. Florida was just down 10. They've come back and taken the lead. Donnie Mack.
That's what they do, Mark.
I'm telling you, man.
That's what they do.
They were down 46-38 at halftime. They're up 60-58 right now. Do you see them winning this game?
I had to win this tournament. Duke, number 1. Florida, number 2. And that's the reason right there.
Okay.
To any... Welcome in, buddy. Denver. We've got 4 guys over 6'9" going into the tournament. They're in the Final Four right now. You ask me, you look, they've been down 10 to every team they've been in this tournament. They come back and they win it because they play defense. They I don't know what they do, Martian Time, but they come back and they win. I don't know how the hell they do it, but I'm taking Florida in this game. Like you just said, they went down 9. They could throw at these guys, and you know what? They've got 8 people on this bench that can rotate, and 3 of those guys are 6'9", and that's very, very dangerous. You know, Auburn, most elite scoring team in the country. Like, nobody can stop them. Nobody could stop. But look what they did last week. coming into this week, none of this makes sense. I don't care about this tournament anymore. I'm taking Duke to win it all.
You're taking Duke to win it all. Listen,
And,
man.
and my whole reasoning there, Marshall Time, when you asked that, my whole reasoning there is going back to the Sweet 16. You know that I pinpointed the number one seeds, scoring 94 points or over, the whole 9 yards. And I pinpointed that the most offensive efficient team in this tournament is Duke. The second best defensive playing team in this tournament is Duke. They're playing Houston, which is the best defensive team in this tournament, and I don't think they can play offense like Duke does. Florida meets Duke, and Florida will meet Duke in the national championship. Duke will blow them out.
See, I'm calling not so fast right there, Donnie Mac. Not so fast, my friend. I'm pulling out the old Lee Corso. Here's the problem with Florida, man. They rely on one player way too much. Way too much. I'm sorry. Walter Clayton. We talked about it. He didn't do this in the regular season. That's great. He's doing amazing things right now, man. I'll give him that.
Yes.
He's not going to last. I'm sorry. It's not going to work. They will lose this
Somehow
game
they always come out.
Auburn. They will lose tonight to Auburn in a 3-point game. 3-point game. They're going to try to give it to Clayton, and he's going to mess up and lose the turn over the ball. And Auburn will win this game and face Duke. I agree with you in that, because I am still taking Duke
in theory
to win.
And in theory, Marshall Time, that all makes sense. That all makes sense, but it has not been working that way for Florida. I don't know what's going on, and I hope they keep their something special going, Clayton. But that all makes sense. All makes sense.
All I gotta say is right now, if you look at the scoring, Walter Clayton has 24 of their 60. 24 of their 60. He's doing it all, right? He's not going to make it. But Auburn has 4 players almost in double digits already. Florida has 2. That's it.
Well, most of the time you can only take numbers so deep, because you look at South Carolina and Don Staley when they went up against Texas. Texas hadn't given up over 68 points in the last 20 games.
But there's one thing right there that you brought in. You brought in Don Staley, one of the best college basketball coaches ever. You have Florida's head coach, man. He's not there. Don't give me that crap. You're not comparing two coaches of one of the best in college women's basketball ever. Florida's head coach. No, not happening. Not happening.
Coaching is a difference. Well,
I think it's a huge difference. I really think coaching matters in college, man. Coaching
You
matters.
Got a first-year head coach in Duke, so you think this guy can win it all?
That's the thing, though. Duke's head coach,
it's
his first-year head coach.
Here we go, guys. Listen up.
He's been there a while. He's been there. He's listened. He's been under, who was it, Donnie Mac? Who was he under? Who was he under? Who was that head coach before? Who was the head coach before?
Who was it, Martian Time?
Donnie Mac. Come on now. One of the greatest coaches of all time.
Was it number 10 Arkansas head coach? Is that who you're talking about?
That number 10? Yeah. And where did he take Arkansas this year?
Where did he take him?
He took him pretty far into this team when nobody expected him to.
So
dude, listen.
You say what he can do. This other guy learned under him, and you're saying he can do the same thing that head coach can do.
I don't know if he can do the same thing.
John Calipari. You're saying that he can do what John Calipari can do.
Listen, man.
I'm
saying that this guy.
That's kind of questionable, Martian Time. When you're talking about coaching, as you can see, John Calipari is one of the best coaches, okay? It doesn't mean that he's going to share all of his coaching expertise with anybody that is an assistant coach on this squad, okay? That doesn't mean that. He's got to prove himself. He's in the Final Four now, and he's got to prove himself. He's got Cooper Flagg. He's got the best offense, but he's got to prove himself.
Listen,
just like
Johnny Mac.
Calipari and the three teams he was on.
By the way, it wasn't John Calipari though. That's you're thinking of Kentucky's head coach, but I'm gonna let it slide, Coach. Because I know who you're talking about. You're talking about Coach K, my friend. You're talking about Coach. I'm not gonna try to say his last name because I don't like it. Coach Krasowski or Chris. I don't freaking know, but it's Coach K, man. It's Coach K. He's taken Duke to many national championships. He's won
he's been gone for.
But hang on, Johnny Mac. There's one other thing, buddy. Coach K won the national title the first year he coached at Duke. The first year. All right? Now, John Shire.
You just looked that up?
Hang on. No, I actually knew this one because we were talking about it. John Shire, in his first year with Duke, won the national title.
Oh, good for him.
Guess what? It's the first year he's a head coach. He's following in Coach K's footsteps, my friend. He's won it in his first year. I'm calling it. It's destiny. That's how it goes, Donnie Mac. I'm calling it right here, right now, buddy. It is destiny.
It's destiny.
Destiny.
I'm calling it right now. Florida upsets them in the championship. Right now, Martian time.
You already said Duke is winning.
Right now.
You can't change it You can't change it now. Get out of here.
I'm going back with Florida right now. I'm going back with Florida, and they're 4-6-9 guys right now, Martian time. They're going to take them out. They're going to take them out.
You're out of your mind. You don't even.
Conley's going to come through.
You don't even know who the head coach is.
Gully, some shit like that. Gully, Jay Gully, or some crap like
Todd
that.
Golden. See, I just had to even look at it.
Golden.
I don't even know.
Yeah, Golden.
I don't even know.
Golden.
That's how.
Yeah, because you had to look it up. You had to look it up because you didn't know.
That's important because I don't even know who he is.
At least I said Goldie, right? At least I was even close.
Johnny Mac,
but
you're
anyway,
out of your mind if you think he is going to outcoach a guy who coached under one of the greatest coaches of all time, who we say matters. You're out of your mind.
Listen, I can coach under Bill Belichick. How many times have Josh McDaniels proved that? How many times has Josh McDaniels proved that your head coach doesn't matter? Because Josh McDaniels went out as a head coach several times and sucked it up, okay? That's all I got to say.
Listen, buddy, all I'm saying is right now, right here, right now, Duke wins it all. Florida's not even in the national championship.
Florida's in it.
Auburn today.
Florida is in it.
Tonight.
Florida is in it.
Guarantee they lost tonight, buddy.
All right, give me your trolling motor in the morning. Give me your trolling motor in the morning.
You know, you didn't even give me what do we think about the last bet that I won? I don't even remember what we made. So I don't even remember
it was your trolling motor. I did. That's it. That's it.
So only I'm listen, the way the wind's blowing, you can have the trolling motor. Is all I gotta say.
That's the only thing we're betting is your trolling motor.
You can use the trolling motor as much as you want. I'll stay in the back of the boat. I don't want to be in the front of the boat anymore. Ask Danny.
Hey,
Danny went out today. Ask Danny how it went for him. It didn't work.
Hey, Danny, how'd that go for you? See Florida. Danny Parker says that Florida is winning it.
Yeah. Well,
Take that
Danny.
To the bank,
hang on. Danny also said Michigan was going to win. Guess what? Michigan lost. Danny also said Purdue wasn't going to cover the spread against Houston. But guess what? Purdue covered the spread. I don't want to hear it, buddy. I got this. I know what I'm talking about here, Donnie Mac. I'm winning this all the way, buddy. All day, every day.
What you're doing right now is you're going on your hard rock bet and you're putting Duke to go to the national championship.
I already got him in. I got him in already. I already locked that in like a week ago. I locked that in a week ago, sir.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to see your face tomorrow night, but Florida will win this national championship. It's coming, Martian time. Now that you're on Duke's bandwagon, I'm on Florida's bandwagon. It's going to happen.
Yeah, well, now I know I'll win because I know whoever bandwagon team you're on is not going to win. See,
we're going to find out. Danny said it was rough out there.
Yeah, I know. He said it was like 1 foot waves in the river, man. I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of glad I wasn't out there.
I would have gone with
canals, man. You got to hit the canals. I'm telling you right now. You got to be in it because it's rough.
Martian time. Let me ask you something, okay? Because this is on my mind. Braves did not start out hot this year. They got numerous infractions going on.
Yeah,
Every year that they have injuries going on, Marshall time, the Braves always start out hot and
true,
they get on track, right?
true.
This year is the opposite. And in October, every time they start out hot, in October they stifle out. Is this a
True.
positive sign
True.
for the Atlanta Braves right now?
I guess you can look at it that way. Maybe they're swapping things around. They're gonna catch
Maybe
fire
they
later
could
on in the
be,
year.
Marshall.
Maybe that's what it
Maybe
is.
they
Maybe
could.
that's what it is. Yeah, you're right. Because what are they like 0-8 or something?
It's driving me nuts.
0-7? It's crazy.
It's driving
man.
me
They're
nuts.
bad.
You know,
They're bad.
Acuna's supposed to be coming back here in about 30 days or whatnot. Spencer Strider's coming off the DL, but they could get started late here at Martian time. Do you give up hope on the Atlanta Braves right now?
Not at all, man. It's still early. Don't
No.
get me wrong. I mean, they may have a couple struggles, but you got to remember, that's a 162 game season. This ain't nothing. We got a lot of baseball to go.
Yeah.
No worries. They're 1-7
Hey.
right now. They won last night against the Marlins. They'll
I
probably
agree
sweep the
with you there,
Marlins.
Martian time.
They'll probably sweep
When you
the
say
Marlins.
that, hey, I
I'm
know
just
that
being
part.
honest.
But Martian time. But I'll tell you this: the Dodgers, though, could we be looking at the last team? There's never been a team actually, Martian time, to win the World Series and start the next year 8-0. There's
True.
never been a team. The last team
Seen
to
that.
start the World, to win the World Series and go 7-0. The last guy on that team, as you know, his name was Baby Ruth.
Baby Ruth.
That was the last time
Baby
that's ever happened. Last time, Martian time. Could we be looking at an historical best season for the Los Angeles Dodgers? Best
Nope.
we've ever seen in Major League Baseball.
Listen, they're going to have a great regular season. I've already called this. But they will find
Yep.
the Dodger way, and they will choke in the playoffs this year. I have a feeling. I'm calling it.
Oh, you think they're
It's
going
gonna
to
be
choke
weird.
this year?
They're gonna choke this year. It'll be in the playoffs. They'll have an amazing regular season. They're probably going to win over 100 games. They're probably going to win 110 games. They will choke in the playoffs this year.
In the playoffs. You calling first round choke?
I'm thinking second round.
Second round
Second
choke.
round.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice,
I
Martian
think they'll
time.
have a bye
Last
first round,
guy. Seven. Shohei Ohtani, last guy to open in a row with a home run was Babe Ruth.
Yeah, I mean, listen, don't get me wrong.
How are
I love
you-
Babe?
The real question is, how do you compare these two guys? Both pitchers, both batters. Do you think it's a real is it a cool comparison to start talking about these guys?
Not at all, man. Babe Ruth, this guy was monstrous and huge. It wasn't even close, man. I love the Shohei thing. Shohei is a nice guy. Everybody sees he's very respectful. But again, different eras, different times. I think Shohei does a little bit, tougher competition for pitching. But I think Babe Ruth was a better pitcher. I really do. I mean, the stats don't lie on that one. Shohei does give up more runs and such, but Shohei can really, when he bats, man, he's impressive to watch. I really enjoy watching him bat.
He is. He's an absolute monster.
So
But that's been kicked around a lot here in the last week or so. Everybody's talking about how many
Yeah.
games Babe's gone, how many games that Otante's gone, comparable to the batting average, just like the Ovechkin deal. It's comparable. It's comparable. ERA, batting average, games, the whole 9 yards. I think it's fun to watch. But Marshall time, my real question to you for Major League Baseball. What needs to happen for this to really catch a lot of attention? Is it the torpedo bats or is it pitch?
that's a tough one. I think I think it's a combination of everything. Honestly, I really do. I think you need a little bit of better this. I think you need more exciting stuff on everything. But let's be honest. When there's a perfect game out there, everybody loves it. But then when you see 5 home runs, everybody loves it. You know, I
Everybody
mean,
loves
both
it.
ways, everybody loves it. It's just, you know,
Do
it's
you
one of those
remember
things
back
that
in
it's
the
hard.
'90s when Sammy,
Oh,
when they were hitting
Sammy,
all
yeah,
these bombs, right?
yeah,
Sammy,
yeah,
Mark McGuire.
yeah,
I mean,
Barry,
does
all of
that
them,
not
yeah.
not go for that kind of realm?
You know, that's I don't know, man. I'm still, you know, I still like the pitching. I still like the, you know, to see the crazy good pitching, and I love watching it. So I mean, but I'm always in for everything. I'm gonna be honest. I love baseball for what it is. You never know what's gonna happen. That's why you go out to the games. You never know. Is there gonna be 5 home runs? Is there gonna be a no hitter? You never know. That's what the fun thing about baseball
You,
is.
you just don't know. Yeah, you just don't know. Just being a baseball fan, or I don't care what, or as long as it's exciting.
Exactly. You know, that's all we need to see is excitement. Listen, man, we're gonna have to go to one of these new minor league games too, man. I'm ready to go to a minor league game. I'm ready to a baseball game. I'm excited for them.
Most of the time, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I really would be on a couple of these minor league games, especially if I can't go see a major league game. You know what I mean?
I mean, of
'Cause
course
I'm
we got.
itching.
Listen,
Very
you know,
much
I'm always
itching
ready for
right
that
now.
too. So,
All this Major League Baseball talk, and I just want to see a torpedo bat. To be honest with you, I really want to see a torpedo
listen, we'll have to make a day. We'll all go down to the Marlins new stadium because I don't know if I want to go to the Rays new stadium because there's not one.
bat.
So, for a couple more years. So,
It would be like the A's, man. I can't believe that the A's relocated to Sacramento
yeah,
and they went to a minor league stadium, which the
and couldn't even fill
capacity,
it out.
max capacity of fans, 12,000. They could not sell it out.
Nope.
10,000 fans is all they could get there.
Yeah,
And you know what, Marshall time, that's very hurtful for me because going way back in the day, I'm an Oakland fan, in deep, because I'm a baseball fan. That's what it comes down to. You know what I mean? When you look in depth, a lot of the players that played in Oakland, I mean, there's no forgetting that. There's no forgetting some of the players that's come through that organization, and I just wish they would go to somewhere that would give them a revenue, Marshall time, like Las Vegas, Give them some kind of revenue, some kind of hype, and some money to sign some ball players.
I don't think it's going to matter, man. I really don't. Why would you want to go to the Athletics right now? I don't think the money's going to help. I just don't see it.
Well, you wouldn't want to go to the Oakland or Sacramento. You would want to go to the Las Vegas Athletics. You would want to go there.
Probably, yeah. You're probably right. Maybe.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, you got the Las Vegas Raiders. You got the Las Vegas Aces. I mean, you got a lot of revenue there in that town. So I mean, Sacramento up there where you can't sell 10,000 tickets. That's great.
I mean, but let's be honest. Why would you want to go watch them? They're that bad.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Exactly.
Why would you want to? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. So. If I'm in Sacramento, I'm going to go watch the Kings right now.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather watch the Kings any day of the week over the Athletics. So, I mean, it's just insane that they're that bad, and I'm just disappointed on it. So,
Marshall time, what else you got on your mind, brother?
Johnny Mac, there's a couple little things we got going on. You talked about, Alex Ovechkin. Does he break the record?
I think he does.
Tonight.
I think he does.
I think he breaks it tonight. Does he play tonight or does he play tomorrow night? It's tomorrow night, isn't he?
Well, his next game, he'll break it. The only reason why I say that, Marshall time, is when you're thinking about that, you're in a class. Put your mindset in his skates. You understand that? His only goal going out here on this ice right now is to score that goal.
Man, that adds a whole lot new different thing of pressure, though, right there, man. That's a whole big
it
pressure.
Is.
Yeah, and it's tomorrow against the Islanders. Tomorrow, so
it is a whole lot of pressure, and it's going to.
Here's the thing, though: does he want to be at home to do it?
Well, I don't think it's to him. As long as that net is full and he scores it, that's what he's going to take.
We'll see, man. I'm excited to see it. I think it takes him 2 more games. I think this next game he's going to be shut out a little bit, but I think the next game he's going to score it and break that record.
If they shut him out this next game, then they win by 4 goals because that's the only thing the Islanders will be worried about.
Okay, we'll see, man. Listen, we'll definitely see at that one. So, I don't, I don't know if I trust
I'm
that
down.
much, but all right,
I'm telling.
all
And
right,
I
Donnie
will
Mac,
text you when he scores
hmm.
that goal.
Donnie Mac. Let's move into something else that we both love and talk about. We just thought we are talking to Danny about the Bassmaster Elite Series, and fishing. So, what do you think of this new lake? I mean, we're not doing our drain the lake because let's be honest, we have no idea. This is a place they've
No,
never
we don't.
been before. I can't even pronounce it.
We don't.
The Pasc whatever river. I mean, this is brackish water. This is not familiar
Pascatante
to
River.
anybody.
Yeah,
It's weird.
it is not. But Marsh Time, where it's located, though, is the only thing I think we have a slight positive on. There's a couple of river guys that we can pinpoint where they're at, but
Hmm.
it's a very trickery uh
I mean,
of a
it's
fishing
weird.
part, man. It's very tricky. And if I had to say anybody that could be good on this river, it's going to be Will Davis.
Will Davis.
It's going
Okay.
to G.
Okay.
It's going to be Kennedy. Yeah, a couple of
Ooh.
the young guys, because I believe in what they can do, and when they get on, what they're on. Uh, as far as anybody else, and I'm pretty sure we've taken both of those guys in
I
our
think we
drain
have.
the lakes. I'm pretty sure. So if we got to count on somebody in this river, I'm taking old school guy like somebody like Mike Iaconelli. If we haven't taken him, he's old school. Fish Jersey rivers a lot. He can do that small fishing. He can, figure out that. Another old school guy, Kennedy.
Hmm. Okay.
My dude Kennedy, he's very good on river waters. He's very good. I don't know why he's so good, but he just figures them out. Anytime he's on a river, he can figure them out.
That's an interesting pick. I was looking at a couple people. I'm thinking like people that maybe have been there before. Like Brian Schmidt or something. He's
Yeah.
from that kind of brackish water fishery kind of thing. Um,
Or even Brian New. Brian
Brian New,
New is
yeah,
good on.
good
He's good
possibility.
on river systems.
It's just so weird, man. Like I don't know what to expect. There could be 10 pounder after 10 pounder after 10 pounder. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
There
you
could
don't. We
be.
don't know. We have no idea. They've never
I
been
don't
in this
know.
water before.
You say that.
I'm
I don't know.
I'm interested. I'm definitely interested. I mean, this is right on the coast. I mean, there. This is like
Yeah,
they're
that's
going.
why I say Iaconelli might have a shot because it's
I
on
think
that
there's going to be
coast.
a lot of running in this tournament. There's going to be a lot of these guys are going to have to go way up these rivers, and I don't know if they're going to. I think it's going to be a huge. There's going to be a big spread in this place. I don't know how far up they can go without passing that line. I'm excited to see where they go. I really am. When you're looking at the map of this place, it's very interesting.
Well, considering the time of year, Martian time, not to cut you off here, but
You're good.
considering the time of year, they could get in a couple of mixed bags too. They can get into spawning fish. They can
Yeah.
get into because up where it's at, this
Yeah.
could be a prime spawning location. And when you talk about spawning, a guy like John Cox could just get on them. Somebody we've already taken in a tournament in our drain the lakes. But you talk about sight fishermen, man. This
Ooh.
could turn into one of those tournaments on that river too.
Okay. Okay. That's not a bad tournament either. I mean, it's a very good possibility. I don't really know how deep this water is. It could be a shallower thing. You never know. I mean, there may be like a Greg Hackney sighting again this tournament. Who knows? I mean, it's
It
gonna be an
could
interesting
be,
one, man.
yeah.
I'm kind of excited to see what
Bixby come in,
this place brings, and next weekend we're gonna see. And then I think they right after they go. I want to say they go north back or they go south. I think they go south. I think they go to South Carolina after. And it's back to back weekends. Let's see. And I know you want to talk about one other thing in the Elite Series, Donnie Mac. Yeah. Oh no, 2 weekends. And 2 weekends
One
they're
of
going back to South Carolina to Lake Hartwell.
yeah.
That's going to be an interesting tournament. So
And I hope Danny's still here for this conversation when we talk about this because I think it's completely, utterly bull crap. Okay, completely, utterly bull
yeah,
crap.
hit us with it,
Danny is
Donnie Mac,
actually the
because
one.
I didn't know about this. You just told me, but I didn't even hear
You
about
know
it.
what? Danny's the actual. He's the one that sent me the video of Scott Martin. putting out this video, and he's being investigated right now, possibly disqualified. I don't know if he's disqualified yet, but it sounded like, in the video that he was disheartened and he was already disqualified. But
From
7
what I've
months
seen,
ago,
from what I just read a couple seconds ago, is he has officially withdrawn from the Elite Series. He has
he
done it
has
himself.
withdrawn.
He has done it
He has
himself.
done it himself because he didn't want any question. That's a respectful thing to do, to be honest with you, Martian Time. He withdraws because so he doesn't have that speculation that he was cheating, whatnot. But here's the case, okay? 7 months ago, somebody called him and said, call me when you can. I need some information on this body of water, this and that. This was 7 months ago. And he called the person, or the person called him, either way. And he specifically stated, I cannot talk about tournament waters.
Yep.
He specifically stated that. And the individual, he said, I could talk about outside of tournament waters. You know what I mean? And that's what they did. They talked about outside of tournament waters. I don't know who this individual was, but he repeatedly stated, even in this video, that he was not allowed to talk about tournament waters.
Yep.
Okay? And he was very adamant about that in this video. What happened, I don't know, Martian Time, but I'm calling BS right now. I am, as an 863 Sports Buzz podcaster, calling BS right now because somebody is out to get Scott Martin. Somebody is out to get him no matter which way he goes. Somebody doesn't like him, and somebody knows how to get to him. Martian Time, I don't think this is right. I honestly don't. I'm not an avid Scott Martin fan. I think you know this. But I am an avid fisherman fan. And this crap going on with Scott Martin is absolute utter BS. I will say that. And I wish he wouldn't have withdrawn from this tournament. And I wish he would have fished it.
He withdrew for the whole 2025. He is done. He said he's not fishing 2025.
Yeah, because somebody's out to get this guy. Somebody's out to get him, and this is complete, utter bullcrap. You know what I mean? You're taking an elite angler, and that's exactly what he is. He is an elite angler out of this competition for the better of your showmanship. That's bullshit.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you on. What did Danny say? Where do you think Bass is heading since 2 anglers have left the elites? I think the polygraphs are getting out of hand. Listen, man, I just...
This is complete, utter BS, and it's very disheartening for me, Martian Time.
Here's my problem is they make these rules in these tournament fishing. What is if it's me and you saying we're BSing, and we talk about a lake that we're fishing a month before the tournament, and we're talking about I caught fish over here. How is that going to make any difference in a month?
You're talking about 1 month. This was 7 to 8 months.
But you know what I'm saying? Even 1 month, Donnie Mac. That's what I'm pointing out at.
You're talking about that
lake is going to be completely different. That lake will be completely different in 1 month than it is today.
Exactly.
It makes no sense, man. I'm a little bit over it. It's crazy on, you can't even say anything. Like, oh yeah, Donnie Mac, I went fishing over there, man. I caught 2 fish. Oh, you're disqualified. Sorry, bud, you can't fish.
Yeah,
now. Get out of here.
Yeah,
this is ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous.
There's something funny going on there, and I don't know what it is, Martian Time, but I'm calling foul play right now. I'm calling foul play on this right now. And Scott Martin, I don't know if you'll ever see this podcast, but man, we are with you. We apologize for what you're going through, and this is not cool for us bass fans. This is not cool.
No, I mean 100%, man. Bass is supposed to be something that brings us all together, and we talk fishing. We love fishing. We want to see these big bags caught. I mean, don't get me wrong. I of course I like Scott Martin just because he's from our home lake, and that was our thing, man. Sure. Lake Okeechobee is our lake. It's our home lake. It's going to be our home forever. And now we don't even have anybody from Lake Okeechobee. We have nobody from one of the greatest bass fishing lakes in the world. It used to be if not the bass capital of the world, is what we used to be called. We're not that anymore. We're struggling. And now we lost our only angler, pretty much, that fishes Okeechobee in these big tournaments. It's kind of sad, man. I'm a little disappointed in it now. It feels like you're taking Okeechobee all the way out of these tournaments now.
To follow up what Danny's saying, where do you think Bass is headed? Just doing angle, the polygraphs and everything. Yeah, they're getting out of hand, Mark. But would you blame these guys if they were to go to another league like MLF
Not at all.
and to them?
Not
Not at all, right?
I wouldn't
That's
be
what this
surprised
is
at
all about, right? Look at the following that Scott has. Like, he's got a
100%. He's
YouTube
huge.
channel, and he's got millions of followers. That is not going to bode well for Bass. That is not
I
going to
mean,
bode well.
Listen, I haven't seen his video. I've seen he posted a video. I want to see if he. I don't think he badmouthed Bass or anything. I don't think he's saying anything bad about the league or anything. But that really just throws a hamper in things, Like, if I was him, why would I want to keep going back to a place that just keeps saying, well, you did this, you did that, you did this, that. It's a little weird, man. I'm just saying. If I was him, I wouldn't.
It is
I wouldn't.
weird. It's
I wouldn't
very,
doubt him at all.
no,
What
very,
again,
very
Danny?
weird situation, Martian time. And like I said, as
Yeah, Danny, exactly.
Bass fan, I'm just not okay with that. I'm just not okay with it.
Danny's right. They can talk about the after the tournament starts, and they can throw each other baits and everything else. How is that any different? That makes no sense. I 100% agree with Danny.
Exactly.
I 100%
Yeah, they could
agree.
be live on the water.
Yeah.
Hey, here, try this bait
Yeah,
and
yeah,
throw
use
it
this
over
one. I'm
to them,
using
but
this
they
one.
don't
Here you
get
go.
penalized.
Yeah,
That's a
I
good
agree.
point, Danny. That's
I
a
agree
very
with
good
Danny.
point. And you're talking about 7 months prior, this guy talked about this tournament, and now you're forcing him to and he probably withdrew the entire year on his own. That way he doesn't have to deal with the rest of this crap because
That
there's
wouldn't surprise me.
somebody out to get him.
It wouldn't
There's
surprise me.
somebody out.
I would be sick of it too. He's already a busy guy. I mean, I've seen his daughter competing in the college events and everything else. So I mean, I know he goes to all those. He says so. I wouldn't bother with it either. Why would you deal with it? You have your YouTube channel, you have all these followers, you have all these things.
Right.
I don't blame him at all. I'd say I'm out of here too.
Marshall, we got to work on getting him on this podcast. We got to work on getting him on this podcast. Now that he's out of Bass, I think we could do it, Marshall. I think we could do it.
Listen, we know where we know where he goes all the time. So
If I could ever get him to respond on his YouTube or Facebook channel, we'll have him on here.
yeah, we'll try. We'll see what we can do with that, man. He's a lot
You know
nicer
what?
guy than he's a nice guy, man. I've talked to him a couple times and like little things. So
This
he's a
whole
nice guy.
ordeal with this thing has made me an avid fan of Scott Martin now. I'm a fan.
He's
of
rooting
Scott
for him now.
Martin.
He's rooting for
I
him
am.
now.
He is now becoming an underdog in my eyes. So you know
I love
what?
it.
This
I
is
love it. Oh god.
what he does, and that's what he's trying to do. He's just trying to do what he does for a living. That's it.
100%, man. And he's brought a lot of people into fishing that wasn't into fishing. Let's be honest.
Yes, he has.
With his
Yes,
YouTube
he has.
channel, he's brought in so many people, and that's what
And I'll be honest,
that's what
when
this place needs.
I'll be honest, 100% honest. When I first started fishing heavily into bass fishing, I watched a lot of his videos.
Yeah. I mean, they're
I mean,
they're pretty educational. They're interesting.
Yes,
He
they are.
does a well job. He does a good
does
job.
good videos.
So,
I think he's an
100%, man. I agree. Anything else we want to talk Bassmaster before we move on to the last topic of the night?
last topic. Here we go.
Last topic, Donnie Mac. We're going NBA, my friends. And listen, we got to talk a couple things because guess what? It's playoff time, pretty much, Donnie Mac.
Just
They are situating their areas. They are getting their times. I want to show you the standings here, Donnie Mac, and I want you to tell me where do you see this ending up here, Donnie Mac? You got the 1 through
You know what?
10 right here. Let me scroll up a little bit more. There we go.
I don't even want to mess with the Eastern Conference right now.
No, we're starting with the Eastern Conference.
I'm taking the Boston Celtics. I am taking the Boston Celtics.
But Donnie Mac, we're talking play-in first. We got to talk play-in. I think all the play-in teams are all set up. So you got, they're all set up here. So you got 7 through 10. Who do you think makes it through the play-in right here? Which one? Which teams?
I think it's going to be the first matchup though, Orlando and Atlanta. That's got to
Mm-hmm.
be the most prolific play-in matchup I've ever seen right there. That is going to be absolutely awesome. But Orlando Magic will beat Atlanta. Atlanta isn't quite ready yet. If they do make it, they'll be knocked out and bounced in the first round. But I'm taking Orlando in that match.
Yeah, Atlanta's lost the last three. They're on a little bit of a skid right there. They're kind of hurting.
Oh, Blancaro,
Um,
man. Paulo and France, these two guys right here, when these guys
Hello,
link up,
yes
Paulo
sir.
will put the game on his shoulders. He is a gamer. I love
I
this
like
guy.
it.
Paulo will win this game for him.
All right, so you got Orlando advancing in as the number 7 seed. Donnie Mac. Then you got Chicago, Miami. Who wins that game?
Man, Chicago, Miami, this is probably as equal as a competitive contest, man. I love guys you're talking about there. On the other half, you're looking at Josh Giddey.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Giddey's doing his thing. He's averaging triple double over the last 2 weeks,
Yes,
but that's only
yes.
one guy. Vucevic at the center is not enough to handle Bam Adebayo.
Listen, they were just on a 6-game win streak, so they just come off that
I
6-game win
know.
streak with a loss on a buzzer beater.
hmm
So you're taking
But
Miami
Bam
then,
and the
Donnie
Heat
Mac.
will punch their ticket. Yes.
Then they got to play Atlanta, Miami. Who wins that game?
Atlanta, Miami. That's well, that would be Orlando, Miami. But
No, no, you already said Orlando's in. Orlando would
oh
go in as
yeah,
the 7 seed, and then Atlanta's the losing team, so they would play the winner of
oh
9
yeah,
and 10, which would be
they're
the
going to have to
Miami
go
Heat.
out.
So
But
then you have
I'm
Miami
taking
going to
Atlanta
Atlanta.
on that one. I'm sorry, I'm
Ooh,
taking
okay,
Atlanta on that one just
okay,
because of their depth
okay,
and the defense they play. They play hell of a defense, and they got 9 guys. They got four
okay,
fucking guys that can come off the bench. I love the way they play defense. I think they're going to go a little deeper in this playoffs than a lot of people think.
okay. Donnie Mac, I'm going to have to hit you with the not so fast, my friend. Not so fast, because the Heat have finally found that rotation that's working for them. They have that young rookie man that coming in now, P.O. Larson, who's really showing out as point guard, man. I love what he's doing. Since
Turns
he's
over the
been
ball too
in,
much.
he's a rookie, man. Give him a break. He's just now getting in the starting lineup.
Can't give him a break if he's in the playoffs,
Listen,
man.
Donnie
He's going
Mac.
to turn
Listen,
it
buddy.
over.
Oh, he's going to be in the playoffs because guess what? They're making it. I love what Tyler Hero's doing. I love what Bam Adebayo's doing. And I love what Khalil Ware's doing. That center power forward duo now of Adebayo and Ware is insane. I love it. They're just going to be too big for the Atlanta Hawks. And the Miami Heat are going to win that game. Now, I'm not saying they're going to get bounced. They're going to get bounced pretty quickly against the Cleveland Cavaliers. So, because the Cavaliers are going to be the number 1
Yeah,
seed.
against Atlanta.
So they're not getting bounced by Atlanta, buddy. Atlanta's hurting right now. I'm telling you, they're not going to do it. I'm sorry, Donnie Mac, but we're moving on to the Western Conference. You obviously got the 1 seed. We don't need to talk about that. This one is really tight. I mean, that's not even settled yet, Donnie Mac. There's still a few games, and we're talking the Lakers could be in the play-in still, and the Nuggets could even be in the play-in still.
They still could be in the playoffs. Yeah.
Wow, it's crazy.
Or 8 spot. All the way down to the number 8 spot. I
It's
think
crazy.
the Lakers will. They will punch their ticket, but LA Clippers, Minnesota will be in that play-in. Minnesota will be in the
Okay.
play-in.
Okay.
Yep, Minnesota will be in the play-in.
Okay.
The Dallas Mavericks will be in the play-in.
Yep.
Sacramento will be in the play-in, and the Memphis
Drum roll.
Grizzlies.
The Memphis Grizzlies. So you're taking the Clippers takes over the Timberwolves. Where are you saying
Yep.
the Timberwolves fall? Are they going to be the 8 seed or the 7 seed, or even
I
the
think they'll
9
be
seed?
they'll be the 7th seed.
Okay.
But they will beat Memphis. Memphis,
Okay.
they're just questionable, man. As far as and Memphis could
I
win this
agree.
one. They just could win this one. I mean, it's been back and forth but in one game set, I'm taking Minnesota right now to beat Memphis. I think the
Minnesota.
Clippers
Okay.
definitely punched their ticket and they get out of that
Okay.
spot right there. Sacramento beats Dallas, though. That's the
Ooh.
question.
Okay. Sacramento takes down Dallas. Sacramento gets more, fans than the
Demontis
Athletics and
Sabonis is
anything.
healthy.
So
Yep. Sabonis is healthy. Bringing in DeRozan, he's been absolutely phenomenal, putting the lights out the building. And Brown, Coach Mike Brown, he's got these guys playing a little bit right now, and I think they're a little bit better than Dallas. Dallas is not
I like
healthy.
it.
We all know that. Without that guard position, they will not be able to guard that front court. Sacramento will win that game.
Okay. Then you got Sacramento, Memphis, man. Who are you taking to that game? Take that 8 seed.
Sacramento, Memphis. I'm going to give the helping edge to Sacramento and Mike Brown. The way these guys they're rolling. I like the way DeRozan's playing, and as I said, my favorite center, my second favorite center in the NBA, he is starting to play like himself. It's going to go a long way. I think they could go a little deeper in the playoffs. They could surprise the team in the first round.
I like it. I respect it, man. I love the Sacramento pick. I love the T-Wolves pick. I think you're 100% right.
That offense is playing, man. They're playing.
That one, I 100% agree with you. Donnie Mac, you said the Boston Celtics obviously in the East because you don't trust your Cleveland Cavaliers. But I'm sorry, that's your not so fast again. You know I'm taking the Cleveland Cavaliers. Donnie Mac, who you got in the West, buddy? Who you got in the West?
I'm sorry, but this is your not so fast right here. Okay.
I haven't called anything yet, sir. I have yet to call anything, Donnie Mac.
I don't care what you call, but it's a not so fast. Okay. OKC Thunder is going to the championship.
Donnie Mac, I hate to say it.
Oh no, you're supposed to pick somebody else. You got to pick somebody else. Man.
It's so hard to go against that team. They are playing so well right now. They're just listen, man. If I'm based on one player, I'm taking the Nuggets because you know who my MVP is, buddy. Because it's not Shea. Yeah, I'm over this.
He's
crap.
the only person in history to score 60 points in a triple-double and lose.
Dude,
he's the only person in history to score a 60-point triple-double and lose.
Absolutely insane. He deserves that MVP trophy, and he does not get it. This is going to be a travesty in sports, man. I'm sorry. This guy is in the top 3.
Nobody is
points,
on his bandwagon
rebounds,
anymore.
Assists, and steals.
Nobody.
Never been done before, Donnie Mac.
Nobody is on his bandwagon anymore.
Done.
Nobody.
How?
All the leading vote getters that I listen to on podcasts, they're withholding their opinion, but everybody else around them is not choosing Nikolai Jokic. Man, it is.
I can't, man. I can't.
It is a travesty. It is a travesty. I'll tell you that right there, Marshall Time. But I will say this. There's only 3 people. 3 players in the history of NBA to have a 60-point triple-double, and he is one of them.
Listen, he's the only player in history to be in the top 3 of the 4 statistical categories in points, assists, steals, and rebounds. He is in the top 3. Top 3 of all of those.
Let me point this out,
That's
Marshall
crazy.
Time. Let me point this out. In the same night he did his 61-point triple-double, Steph Curry did his 12 threes.
I sent you that. I sent you that. I'm like, Chef Stuff's cooking. I
told you a long time ago, this guy, he is playing at his elite level. He is playing at the top of his game. That's what Chef Steph is doing right now
100%.
because he's got a key piece with him, and that's Jimmy Butler. What happened last time we saw a key piece come over there with he come unglued. Chef Steph, he started cooking some shit. So this one right here, what I will say, and the same night that this happened, Martian time, 12 3-pointers by Chef Steph, 61-point triple-double by Nikolai Jokic. Nikolai Jokic was missing. He was missing Murray.
Mm-hmm.
And number 2, Peyton, not Peyton.
You talking about Gordon?
The other guy. No, not Gordon.
Or Murray?
The other guy.
Murray.
Not Murray, and it was the other
Westbrook.
3-point shooter.
Oh,
No.
you're thinking of God,
He was out that game. That's why you can't remember.
Yeah. What was the name of his name?
I can't remember his name to save my life, Marshall Time, but he was missing 2 starters. 2 starters in this game. That's why he did what he did, and they still lost. And they would not have lost if Westbrook did what he did at the end of that game.
Horrible.
Marshall Time.
Horrible.
But Westbrook was doing what he thought was best. He was going 100%. He was trying to do what he thought was best, and it didn't work out. I agree with that, Marshall Time. But I just wanted to point out there that he was missing 2 starters when he had that.
Yeah, listen. I'm not saying anything against this guy.
Oh,
You can't say anything bad about him. You really can't. This guy is that insane that he does everything so well. When you're in the top 3 for steals as a center, top 3 in assists for a center, that's crazy, man. That's absolutely he's in the top 5 in minutes per game as a center, Donnie Mac.
as a center.
This guy is having the most insane season we have ever seen.
Michael Porter Jr.
There's not even anything close.
That's who it was,
Porter,
Marshall
okay.
Time. Michael Porter, yeah.
I got you.
Jesus, that was driving me nuts.
That was making you mad. I understand. I could see
It was driving me absolute bonkers, Marshall Time. But I'll tell you this though, NBA podcast, and Frank Isola on this podcast said that well, not Frank Isola. It was Steve Kerr himself. He was on here with Frank Isola. Steve Kerr said that he had never in his life seen, and he's played in the NBA. Michael Jordan, Steve Kerr played with Michael Jordan in the NBA, and all his time coaching, he had never seen a center as good as Nikolai Jokic.
He's insane, man. 100%. And listen, Rat, the Gators do not roll. The Gators are going to lose against Duke, so it'll be okay, buddy. They will lose. They will go down. But no, I 100% agree with you, man. Listen, Jokic is...
Welcome in, Rat. Nice to see you, buddy.
Can you put Jokic right now in the top 3 players of all time? I feel like you have to.
I put him at, right behind Wilt Chamberlain. He's the second
I'm putting
best
him in front of Wilt.
I'm putting
him in front of Wilt. I'm sorry. I have to.
I mean, I can't put him in front of
I have to put him in
Wilt.
front of Wilt.
I can't do.
Donnie Mac.
I can't.
My man puts up 10 assists a game. There's never been a passing center like this ever. And he has changed the dynamic of basketball,
30,
buddy.
50-point games before he was 30 years old, okay?
I'm sorry, Donnie Mac. Different competition, Donnie Mac. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Different competition. I'm putting him in front. I'm putting Jokic in front. I respect your...
And you cannot break that.
I respect your pick. I respect Wilt. I'm not saying that. But right now, man, I'm sorry. Jokic is a top 3 player all time to me. I think he is the best center of all time. If he keeps playing like this, he's won 2 MVPs, Donnie Mac. And his year's not even been as good as this year. His year is better than he's ever had. This is his best statistical career year.
Ever.
And if he doesn't win the MVP, I'm sorry. That is a travesty. The NBA should be ashamed of themselves, and whoever votes should be kicked off the voting list. I'm over it. If he does not win, I'm sorry. I love Shea. Shea has done an amazing thing.
Get disappointed right now.
Get disappointed. Shea has so many more weapons around him. So many more weapons. It's insane. I'm sorry. If you take Shea out, OKC is still a tremendous team. If you take Jokic out of Denver...
But you say Shea has weapons, so all his weapons has been hurt for the majority of the year, though.
No, they have not, sir. No. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. Do
not
give me that. He was without Chet, but then he had Isaiah, and then he had Williams, who went off all year.
Williams has been out for the last 2 months.
Yeah, but Chet's back. He's always had that. They're that deep, Donnie Mac. Don't give me that.
One guy.
Donnie
They
Mac.
had a 6'9" guy playing center because
And he was putting up
Hartenstein
double doubles.
and
Don't give me that.
that's accounting for that player. That's accounting for that player, though. You're not a
Oh, Donnie Mac, you're not getting me on that one, buddy. Come on, they
no.
have
You just
so
solidified
many.
it. You just solidified what I was talking about.
They
That's
have
exactly
Caruso, they have Dieng, they have. I mean, they have so many players, dude, that have done so much.
And
And
what
then you
have
go
they
over to-
done? What has Dieng done? What has Caruso done since they've been there to make us say, "Oh, look, they got him"?
Donnie Mac, are you telling me you just? I want this truthful answer from you right here, right now. You take Shea away from OKC, you take Jokic away from Denver. Who has the better record?
Oh, that's going to be OKC.
Okay, and why is that, Donnie Mac?
That's going to be because of their coach.
Oh my God, I'm out of here. I quit. I'm out of here. You're out of your mind. You're out of your head. They have a tremendous team around them, and you know it. Just say it, Donnie Mac. OKC has an amazing bench talent. They have all these players, while Jokic is over there relying on an old Russ who makes horrible mistakes. And then you got a Jamal Murray who's always hurt, a washed-up Aaron Gordon who only dunks the ball. I mean, that's what you have for Jokic. That's it. Come on. Give me a break. I'm out of this. We're done. I'm done with this.
Oh, well, I mean, that's all on ownership and coaching because you kept all those garbage-ass players there. So
Give me a...
after you
I'm
lost to
done with you.
Minnesota last
done
year,
with
Minnesota
I'm done with you.
had your number, and they lost. They lost before the conference championship. Okay, that should have showed you something.
Get me out of here. Sign us off, Donnie Mac. Sign us off. Get me out of here. I'm done with you. I'm done with you tonight.
Until next week when only ass accusation
This guy.
Saturday night at 7:30, guys. When Florida wins this national championship, we will talk to you on Saturday night, guys. That is Marshall time. I'm Donnie Mac. This has been 863 Sports Talk Radio.
Peace. Out of your goddamn mind.
Hey, I gotta go, man. One of my kids is throwing up.
All right, buddy. Peace.